Say shalom, shalom b'roma, ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevei. La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Shabbat Shalom ya la 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 Yalla ila 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 yalla ila 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 yalla la yalla la yalla ila 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 yalla ila 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 yalla ila 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 yalla la yalla la yalla ila 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 ya ila ya ila yalla ila 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 ya ila ila ila. Sing with us. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Yalla la 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 yalla yalla la 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 yalla yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla yalla la 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 yalla ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 let's hear you ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 lechu nirane lechu nirane lechu nirane na lechu nirane lechu nirane lechu nirane na lechu nirane lechu nirane lechu nirane na l'Adonai naria naria letzu yishenu l'Adonai naria naria letzu yishenu lechu nirane lechu nirane lechu nirane na lechu nirane lechu nirane lechu nirane na lechu nirane lechu nirane lechu nirane na l'Adonai naria naria letzu yishenu l'Adonai naria naria letzu yishenu shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz shiru מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. Nirane lechunirane lechunirane na lechunirane 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 na lechunirane 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 na Ladonai naria naria lesu yisheinu Ladonai naria naria lesu yisheinu Shiru la Adonai kol haaretz kol haaretz shiru la Adonai shir chadash. So glad to have Michael Oakes back with us once again.
It's Josh. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we praise twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. We are one. Shir l'Adonai, 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 Shir l'Adonai. We sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. Shir l'Adonai, 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 Shir l'Adonai. So now, maybe we'll all sing together as quietly as we can. When we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, we are one. Softest voice you have. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So I am Rabbi Flip, and I am joined here by Cantor Josh Goldberg. You don't have to clap like you did for Michael Hunter Oakes, who joins us again. Who you should clap for is Jacob here, who tomorrow will become a bar mitzvah. Is this your cousin? Who's trying to steal the show here? We want to thank the Abradnel family and the Stragazal family for sponsoring the food and drink that both of us enjoyed, as well as there will be several speakers this evening, and I want to welcome all of us here to Micah. We are an inclusive and innovative synagogue that explores and celebrates Jewish life by building community and helping to heal the world. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the world needs a lot of help. In Judaism, helping, it's part of what we do, bringing order to chaos like God did in the very beginning. It's a mandatory response when we feel like things are out of control around us. And as Jews, we are taught to protect the sacredness of creation and to actively fight injustice, to support the vulnerable. And to accomplish such things, we here at Congregation Micah collaborate. We partner with varying organizations to increase our effectiveness. And tonight we're going to hear from just a few of our many partners, teasers, like movie trailers, I think, that are meant to entice us. They are here to inspire us to participate in our mission in the holy work of helping to heal the world, especially on the weekend of April 25th and 26th. Because on those 2 days specifically, our Social Action Committee, under the direction of past President Lynn Heddy and in partnership with Pat Halper and Rebecca Millman, Micah will partner with numerous organizations, vehicles through which we will help heal the world locally. So, thank you in advance to Jewish Family Services and to the Nashville Dolphins and to Tennessee's Alternatives to the Death Penalty, not just for what you do, but for sharing what you do with all of us. And speaking of sharing, we like to start our Shabbat by thinking of the happy things. We did this a while back. Try this. Just go, Shabbos!
Shabbos!
Okay, we're getting in the mood. Try it again. Shabbos!
Shabbos!
Yeah, so the Rices have had kind of a tough week. There's been some hospitalization. There's been some tragedy. There's a lot going on in the Rice household. But it makes really me feel lucky to have a community like this where we can share some of the happy things. Because in addition to what's going on in our household, again, there's this war all the way across the world, and I am always touched when people come here, even though a synagogue was attacked last week, and I'm always thankful for those people out there to protect us. And all of that being said, we are looking for happy things. I'm going to start. My daughter tomorrow has a birthday. I don't know what it's called when your last child is no longer a teenager. I think it's just called old. Yeah. Sad. Okay. Lucky. Different perspectives. So that's what I got that's making us happy in our little world. Who's got something that they want to share that would bring a little joy into someone else's world? A birthday, an anniversary. Coming over here to Charlene.
It's not a birthday or anniversary, but our son and his girlfriend are coming to visit this weekend.
Okay, family visits are good. Where are they coming from? Johnson City. All right. You got something? What do you got?
Today's Rebecca's and my 47th anniversary.
Oh, that's not a small thing. Is the reason you're not sitting together? Is that one of the secrets to...
You needed Sue as a buffer.
I think Sue just wanted to feel the love between them. May you have many, many, many happy anniversaries. Yeah, thank you for sharing it with us. Yeah, you can clap for them. That helps build the joy. Before we get to Jacob here, to someone else, Glenn, Susan, who's your little friend here? Oh.
We're lucky this weekend because we have our number one grandson with us while Mom and Dad are at a wedding in Texas. Liam, do you want to say hello?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything after that, I don't think. What do you got?
It's my nephew's bar mitzvah this week.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. I said we're going to get to that. All right.
Yes, we are a party of 19 for the weekend.
Way to stack the service, thanks. Somebody else. Something good. Something happy. If not, we can get back to the music. Oh, Harrison's got one. I'm a little afraid. Should we be afraid to give him the microphone? Drum roll. Okay.
My cousins raided my room, so now I have to clean my room.
All right. That's a good one for parents. That means the room will be clean. Hold on.
They delivered my pool today, and they didn't drop it on the house with the boot truck.
They delivered a pool to your house? Sunday pool party, Karen Sackstein's.
Yes.
Check out Shul Cloud for the address. Okay, I'm coming over here.
I got a private trombone concert from Jacob Arbanil himself today, and it was wonderful.
We'll be adding trombone tomorrow morning at the conclusion of our service. All right, I'm coming all the way over there, Maddie, and you're going to be our last one. Are you going to introduce us to anyone? I love it when it's like tennis and I have to go from one end.
My boyfriend is visiting Nashville for the first time. So good so far. And then also, I have a friend who gave birth today.
Life is a good thing to end on. Okay. All right. Jacob, are you ready to come up here? You want to bring anyone you want in your family to come light these candles for us?
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Yai lai 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav Vetzivanu leharlik ner Tzivanu leharlik ner Tzivanu leharlik ner Shel Shabbat Yalla la 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 Yai lai 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 lai.
Okay, we're going to continue with the words of Lachado D. We have a lot of guests tonight. Do not be freaked out. Well, in the middle, I go like this, not now. And we're going to rise, and we're going to welcome the Sabbath bride. But it's the last verse. You'll know when.
Here we go. 1, 2. Lachado D. Likurat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela lechadodi likurat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'rimurecha Ishmihanu el ha'miyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shemo tiferet v'litila Lechadodi likurat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi likurat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor haberacha Rosh mikhem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tehila Lechadodi Likurat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi Likurat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Yitoreri Yiva'orei U'miyori Uri shira beiri Kevod Adonai alayich nigla Lechadodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך
kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lechadadi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. One more time. Lechadadi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadadi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Yitgadol v'yishtabach shemei rabah.
Amen.
Vilma divrachrote v'yamlich machute v'chayechon uv'yomechon u'chayedochol beit Yisrael ba'gala u'vizman gariv v'maru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevorach the Olam Milmaya Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Parar V'Yatramam V'Yatnaseh V'Yatadar V'Yatalev V'Yatolol Shemei Tukadasha B'Richu Le'elal Min Kol Chata V'Shirata Tushvechata V'Nechemata Da'amir An Bilma V'Maru. Amen.
We're going to do a little contrafaction. You know the melody? We sung it before, but we're going to do it to Baruchu. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Yalai 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 Yalai
About 20 years ago, when Rabbi Laurie and I moved to town, we made some friends. One of my friends was named Saul Kellner, professor at Vanderbilt University. And he is a smart guy, just like me. He married up. And his wife is here with us this evening. Pam's going to come forward to tell us about the work she does with a very important organization in our town. We use these acronyms all the time, JFS. It stands for something, Jewish Family Services. And here's what it is.
I think I married up as well. So. Thank you. So I'm Pam Kellner. I'm the executive director of Jewish Family Service. A few years ago, we rebranded, and our tagline is up there. It says, "Navigating life's transitions, period, together." Life is full of transitions. If you think about it, you move to a new city, you're grieving a loss, caring for aging parents, or receiving a life-changing diagnosis. Whatever the challenge is, JFS can help you to navigate whatever challenge that you're facing through our 21 different programs and services that are listed up there. So I always like to use one example to show how we're a little bit different of one transition, and that is that of a job loss. So you lose a job, you find out that Jewish Family Service has a program called the Jewish Job Network, which essentially is a group of individuals here in Nashville that are willing to take a look at your resume, if they have an opportunity or if they know of somebody that they connect you with, they'll forward your resume to that person, and the best outcome is you get a job. You're self-sufficient again, that's the best outcome. But sometimes that doesn't happen. And then we put into force all of our other programs to wrap around our support. So for example, after a couple months, you still don't have a job. You can't pay your mortgage. We have emergency financial assistance that could step in and help you to pay that mortgage. We have kosher food boxes, which is supplemental food on a monthly basis until you no longer need that help. We have counseling on a sliding scale. You're stressed out, you don't have insurance. We offer counseling on a sliding scale, professional counseling at a minimum of $20 up to a sliding scale, depending on your income. You have kids. We have the Hanukkah gift program and school supplies to help you navigate that for your children. You know, it costs a lot of money to do these things when you have kids. And I want to note that Micah participates in both of those programs. So thank you very much. When Hanukkah comes around or school supplies come around, you will get notification that Jewish Family Service is seeking help for that. So thank you very much for participating in that. And then the last thing, which is actually the biggest circle on our chart here, is information and referral. 427 people last year we served through information and referral. And what that means is we have our 21 programs and services. We don't do everything, but our social workers are like a dictionary, they know other programs and services out there that can support you through no matter what transition you're going through. You call them instead of Googling and seeing what are different services that provide service for that particular need that you have. These are trusted people that know what services are good, and they'll refer you to other programs and services. So what began as a call is you think that you're calling to get connected with the Jewish Job Network, now turned into a full wraparound service where we provided you with 7 coordinated programs and services to help you. So we obviously cannot do that ourselves, and we rely on volunteers. And I see 2 volunteers, one sitting front and center right here. She's a volunteer extraordinaire, Karen Sackstein. How many programs do you volunteer for us? 3? 3. Amazing. That's it? Right, that's it. And you can talk with Karen about the programs if you want. You could talk with me afterwards about the programs. But she volunteers for Golden Lunch Bunch, Shabbat Services, and Helping Hands, right? Is that right? And also Carly over there, hi, is one of our Shabbat service leaders as well. So, in your sanctuary right here are people who are engaged with our programs, amplifying our mission. We can't do it ourselves. Last year, we served 1,700 people through those 21 programs and services, and we only have 6 employees. So obviously we depend on volunteers, which is this slide right here, call for volunteers. And we have some flyers on the way out if you want to pick anything up. So some of the volunteer opportunities are one-time, such as Jacob's Ladder. A senior should not be getting up on a ladder to change your light bulb or their batteries. So that's a one-time type of opportunity. And then we have more ongoing opportunities, such as being a Helping Hands volunteer, where we match volunteers with isolated seniors or people with disabilities for one-on-one visits, which develops into beautiful relationships for both the senior as well as the volunteer. So that is your volunteer opportunities. I'll be around after services if you want to talk, pick up a flyer, speak to Karen, speak to Carly about their volunteering, and get involved. Thank you so much, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I cannot tell you the number of times that either a member here at Congregation Micah or someone in the at-large Jewish community approaches us for financial assistance, for assistance of any kind. And it's such a blessing that our community has the ability to take care of itself, and that rather than Congregation Micah saying, oh, here's some money, we can refer them to an organization that really can help them get back on their feet. And Pam is a big part to do that, so thank you so very much. Because as a Jewish world, we believe in unity. We believe that we are all connected and therefore responsible for one another, and really the need to take care of one another. And that stems from this notion that goes all the way back to the Torah, the Bible, to this concept in the one God. We sing of it now.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Okay, Jacob here is going to chant from the Torah about love, and we're going to back him up. You ready?
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לו תותפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
Okay. Did you know that in the Talmud, on Kiddushin, page 29a, we learn about parental obligations? Does anyone know what those obligations are? We better offer a Talmud class. Okay, we're supposed to teach our children ha'av hayev bigno lemulo, that we're obligated to circumcise them, i.e., we're supposed to ensure that they enter the covenant between God and the Jewish people. Ulilamdo Torah, we're supposed to teach them Torah, wisdom, so that they will live a meaningful life. Ulhasio isha, we're supposed to help guide them find a suitable spouse to marry. Ulilamdo umanato, to teach them a trade, so that they can provide for themselves and their families. Rabbi Yehuda even says that any parent who does not help teach their child a trade teaches them banditry. But here's the good part. V'yesh omrim, there are sages that say, af lehashito b'mayim, that a parent is obligated to teach their child to swim, because it is a vital survival skill. Knowing how to swim can save your life. In addition, we Jews tend to go against the flow. we often find ourselves swimming against the currents of societal trends. So, while the text is literal, if your child falls into the water and doesn't know how, it's also metaphorical. What are the skills our children need to navigate the tumultuous waters of living life as a Jew? Because the world, we know, is a dangerous place. And since it's a dangerous place, we are lucky to have people in it like Brenda Vroon and Pam Walston, who are coming forward now. I swim regularly with Brenda. She's like one of my coaches. She told me it promotes health, and taking care of the body is a fundamental Jewish value. It is not an accident we are doing this before the prayer in which the sea splits in the Bible. I'm turning it over to them.
Thank you. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having us. I'm Brenda Vroon. This is Pam Walston. And yes, I swim with Rabbi Flip Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning. So I'm really lucky. So thank y'all for having us. Pam and I are with the Nashville Dolphins. And we are a nonprofit, and this is a lot of words, but you don't really need to read them, but we're a nonprofit. We give swim lessons and swim team to kids and adults with special needs at no cost. Everything we do is free. We don't charge anything. We have a little video, I think, in a minute that's going to kind of give you a little more information, but Pam, take it away.
We'd like to share with you some statistics that surround the special needs community because it makes it very clear why we do what we do. Drowning is the leading cause of death for individuals with intellectual disabilities and autism. Children with autism are 160 times more likely to drown than their neurotypical peers. Over 50% of children with autism elope or wander from safe environments, and they are often, actually most often, drawn to the water. Fewer than 1 in 3 children with disabilities receive formal swim instruction. Families report that cost, lack of trained instructors, and limited inclusive programming are the top barriers to swim access. Adapted aquatics is a critical intervention for both safety and confidence.
In 2003, our founder, Bess Scruggs, started with just one swimmer who wanted to learn how to swim and wanted to compete in Special Olympics.
She was 14 and she had Down syndrome. She couldn't make it all the way across the pool. And she had some friends that wanted to join, and so I said, well, come on, we'll just do kind of a group lesson. We ended up with 12 swimmers who were coming once a week.
And they kind of just organically formed a little group, and the swimmers named themselves the Nashville Dolphins.
More and more swimmers started coming, and we just took everybody that wanted to come, and we grew and grew.
In 2013, with the help of her friend Dottie Sutter, the Nashville Dolphins became an official nonprofit organization. So we have just been growing and growing ever since. So what started with one swimmer, we now have 340 swimmers. And we provide swim lessons and swim team to children and adults with special needs. And our main goal is drowning prevention.
One of the main causes of death for someone with special needs is drowning.
They have an unrealistic fear. So they are drawn to water, but they're not afraid of water.
He is just so in love with water, but he has no idea the dangers.
It takes one time to fall in the pool and life is over.
That's the thing that I love about the Dolphins is they have such a pinpointed mission of reducing drownings in the disability population.
What we do is oh so important, teaching them the life-saving skill of water safety.
So you're actually imparting a skill on these kids that they can use.
If a child were to fall into the water,
if they can swim, they can save themselves.
There is no program in the world that does what we do, that offers swimming and life-saving skills at no cost to our participants.
These people need things that are free. They need services because they're busy taking care of other basic needs.
So there's no, we can't do that this year because we have to spend this much on your therapies. There's no worry about that. It's all free.
We have 3 Learn to Swim programs. Our Little Fins is our newest program, and it's a parent and taught class, trying to foster their love of the water early. And then our Future Dolphins are beginner swim lessons, and then our Junior Dolphins are more advanced swim lessons. Hopefully our Junior Dolphins are getting ready to join swim team.
For each class, we have 4 lead instructors. We have some of the most amazing volunteers.
We currently have about 110 people on our swim team, and we compete in Special Olympics. And then we have 230 people in our Learn to Swim programs. I think the main goal of the swim team is just to have fun, to learn how to be on a team, just like their typical peers.
When you're the parent of a special needs child, you don't hear, yes, they can do this, yes, they can do that. You hear no a lot. And so to come into this program and just hear, yeah, we think he can swim, and we think he can do distances, and he can win races. I mean, you don't expect to hear that. And so when I did, it was just like, well, yeah, why can't he?
It's important for our swimmers to be able to focus on the things that they can do instead of the things that they can't do.
The first thing I really liked is they set high expectations.
I am thrilled to see him be pushed to strive and succeed and be safe in the water.
I like their ability to push through the fits and the disturbances and keep going.
They really care about kids with disabilities. It shows from their patience with the kids, how they interact with them.
We had tried regular lessons, but he obviously struggled. And as he got older, it got harder and harder for him.
Once a child hits the age of 21 and becomes an adult, there are a lot less things that they can get involved in, and a lot of them sit at home and are lonely.
They don't have the ability to get out independently and socialize like typical peers. And so these are situations that allow them to have those social interactions that they normally wouldn't have.
We not only provide, an activity for them, but we provide exercise, fitness, things to keep them moving. It's been a really important goal of ours to never have an age out policy.
So once they're swimming, they can be on our swim team as long as they want to.
Currently, our youngest dolphin is 1, and our oldest dolphin is 59.
And this is where I get to tell you a secret about Rabbi Flip, because he comes to volunteer with our Learn to Swim programs. Our Learn to Swim programs would not be free and would not be available without our volunteers. There are opportunities for volunteering in the Learn to Swim programs, the swim team, and then we have other fundraisers and activities that we do. I was actually introduced to the Dolphins as a volunteer, and I'm now fortunate enough to be able to work with our volunteers every week. They come wanting to give of themselves and make a difference, but there's this magic moment where they realize they're getting so much love and joy in return. And I challenge every one of you, young or old, to come and have that same experience.
Another just kind of interesting thing, the Dolphins started at the Gordon Jewish Community Center. We started with just one swimmer there in 2003, so we're really indebted to the J for all they've done for our programs. There, of course, in order for us to be free and have our fabulous volunteers, we have to raise a lot of money. I'm the only full-time employee of the Nashville Dolphins. We're very fiscally responsible. We have a 5-star charity rating. And people say, well, how do you raise your money? How do you do it for free? Pam and I travel over the country talking to people, and they're like, you can't do that for free. And we're like, well, we do. So one of the ways we raise money is our 13th annual Boots and Bubbles Clay Classic and Crawfish Boil that will be happening on April 24th at the Nashville Gun Club. It is a really fun event. You can come and shoot clays. If clay shooting is not your thing, we have a dinner, all-you-can-eat crawfish, bottomless beverages. We're going to have a live auction. We're going to have some little comedy by Hugh Hauser. And we have an amazing band. The Corduroy Cadets are going to be playing. So if you have nothing to do, April 24th, come out and support us. We also have a big mum sale that we hold at the Gordon Jewish Community Center every year in the fall. You can always go to our website. Another way you can help us is to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. If you can like our things, share our things, and I promise you will smile every day when you see our amazing posts. This is how you can connect with us. I'm Brenda at NashvilleDolphins.org, and this is Pam at NashvilleDolphins.org. And again, you can follow us on social media. But thank you for your time, and thank y'all for having us.
It's true, I swim, Speedo and all. They do amazing work. We are so thankful for it. We're going to continue. I said we were thoughtful about this. We are now going to swim across that great sea that split with the words of Mi Kamocha.
And this is a deep cut from you, Michael. I think you wrote this a long time ago, back in 2004, while you were probably here at Micah. That's what it
So this
says.
is one of the first at Micah.
Okay.
Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai Nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot oseh felech Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai Nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot oseh felech Malchutecha ra'uvanecha בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים זה אלי, זה אלי, זה אלי אנו ויאמרו מי כמוך באלים אדוני נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא מלכותך רעובניך בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים זה אלי, זה אלי, זה אלי אנו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך, אדוני ימלוך, אדוני לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך, אדוני ימלוך, אדוני לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל מי כמוך באלים אדוני נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה 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 לה 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 לה
Well, the fun part about being a cantor is that I seem to find all of the talent in the community.
Outstanding.
And I wanted to introduce you to a new talent, a new friend of Micah. Her name is Haley Lieberman, and she is a very talented singer-songwriter and
a Belmont student, correct?
And Belmont graduate.
Oh, okay.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
The view from over here is so much nicer. Get to see all these smiles.
We'll work on getting the piano up here.
Let's do it for next time. So Hashkivenu has always felt like a lullaby to me. It's a Jewish lullaby. Prayer we recite at night. It comes from a time when we were afraid of the dark. It's more dangerous outside. And we didn't even understand back then what sleep really was. And some speculated that every time you go to sleep, it was one little 60th of death. And in the prayer we say, wake us up to life renewed. So here's Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom Shalom Hamidenu Shomrenu Lechaim. Hashkivenu
in the darkness
Adonai
of the night.
When Hashkivenu
When I'm scared
this shalom
to close my eyes,
Hamidenu
won't you ease my
Shomrenu
troubled mind?
Lechaim.
Hashkivenu,
Hashkivenu
may you guide us
Adonai
on our way.
Eloheinu
Walk beside us,
this shalom
keep us safe.
Hamidenu
Hear these humble
Shomrenu
words we pray.
Lechaim.
Hashkivenu,
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha
in the shadow of your wings.
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha
In the promise morning brings. Hashkivenu,
So much heartache,
Adonai,
so much hurt,
Eloheinu,
so many hunger,
Shalom,
so many serve
Hamidenu,
for your shelter
Shomreinu,
and peace on earth.
Lechaim.
Hashkivenu,
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 Adonai,
Adonai,
Hashkivenu,
Hashkivenu,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Leshalom.
Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Michael.
We are going to ask the community to once again please rise for tefillah, our central prayer.
All right.
That's going to get God's attention well. So Jacob, he's going to come over here.
Ananan ananana Adonai. Ananana svatai tifta. Ananana ufi yagi shehilatecha. Ananana Adonai. Ananana svatai tifta. Ananana ufi yagi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim ve'Konei Hakol וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We take a few moments for some silent thoughts, prayers, and meditations, and when you're done, you may be seated.
חסד ייבנה, יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה. Try that with us. עולם חסד ייבנה, יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה. עולם חסד ייבנה, יאללה לילה. Ya la 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 ya la 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 Olam chesed yibane Ya la la ya la la I will build this world from love Ya la la ya la la and you must build this world from love. And if we build this world from love, then God will build this world from love. Olam chesed yibane, Olam chesed yibane.
In the interest of time, I'm not going to tell you how great Pat Halper is, but I'm going to invite her up here right away so she can tell you how great Stacy Rector is. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Probably do that. About 8 years ago, I was asked by Reverend Joe Engel if I would consider visiting a man on death row. After exploring other faith traditions, this man had converted to Judaism and wanted to connect with someone who was Jewish. I had been volunteering for a few years with men incarcerated at the Davidson County Jail, and the experience had taught me a lot about the fallacies and injustice in our criminal legal system. I came to believe in the importance of being in proximity with these men so that one can experience their humanity rather than just seeing their crime. So I accepted Reverend Engel's invitation.
Since 2018, I have been visiting my friend weekly at Riverbend Maximum Security Institute in Unit 2, otherwise known as Death Row. It has had a profound effect on me and how I view the death penalty. I don't believe we solve anything by executing another human being. He has been on death row for 33 years, since he was 29 years old. He was born with fetal alcohol syndrome and that was confirmed by neurologist after he was incarcerated. As a child, he experienced emotional, physical, and sexual abuse, also documented, that is unimaginable. He or I don't offer this as an excuse for the crime, but they are certainly mitigating factors that led him to do something that he never denied, but had a lot of trouble even understanding himself. All of his trauma went completely untreated. This was in the 1960s, when the abuse he suffered was rarely acknowledged or recognized, because people didn't imagine that parents or foster care homes would inflict this kind of abuse on children. I truly believe that if it had been recognized and treated, this crime would not have happened. And the man he is today is not the man he was when he committed the crime. During the 8 years I've visited him, I've met other men who have also been severely harmed in ways that have led them to committing violent crimes. Again, not an excuse, but it is true that hurt people will sometimes hurt people, and when they are not treated, will inflict harm on others. There are a number of people like me who visit men on death row and believe the death penalty should be abolished. And the death penalty is not administered evenly. Poverty and lack of proper representation, among other things, often makes the difference in someone being given a life sentence rather than the death penalty. There are also innocent people, as has been proven time and again, who receive the death penalty that are later found to be innocent, primarily due to lack of proper representation at trial. And sometimes when they are found to be innocent, it's too late. The bottom line is that executing someone does not stem the cause of violence. It just furthers the harm. Our next speaker, Reverend Stacy Rector, has worked tirelessly for the last 20 years as Executive Director of Tennesseans for Alternatives to the Death Penalty. Their mission is to honor life by abolishing the death penalty, preventing violence, and supporting victims of violent crime. This work includes helping legislatures understand that the millions of dollars annually spent on the death penalty is better directed to helping and supporting victims and their families restore their lives after experiencing violent acts. Stacy is a native of Dyersburg, Tennessee, and a graduate of Rhodes College and Columbia Theological Seminary, and an ordained Presbyterian minister. I first met Stacy when she served as associate pastor of Second Presbyterian Church here in Nashville, where she served for 9 years before starting her service with Tennesseans for Alternatives to the Death Penalty in 2006. She was spiritual advisor for Steve Henley, an inmate on Tennessee's death row who was executed in 2009. She also served as the vice president of the National Board of People of Faith Against the Death Penalty, and on the boards of the Nashville Presbytery Campus Ministry and Common Shares, Tennessee. She continues to be active in the Presbytery of Middle Tennessee. Please welcome Reverend Stacy Rector.
Thank you so much, Pat and Rabbi Flip and all of you. I don't really need to say much. Pat covered it. I mean, she covered it. But I'm really thrilled to be here, and I will keep it brief. As Pat laid out so beautifully, what we know is the death penalty in its modern iteration for the past 50 years has failed. It does not make us safer. As Pat noted, it is arbitrarily and inequitably applied. It costs millions more to taxpayers than the alternative sentences. It risks executing the innocent. We're now up to, I think, 201 people since 1973 who have been exonerated and released from death row when evidence of their innocence came to light. Those are just the people we figured it out in time and were able to get a court to consider that evidence. When you look at the number of executions we've had in the same time period, that means for every 8 executions we've had to let someone go because we were wrong. And that's pretty terrifying on its face. The other thing is I really don't believe the death penalty meets the real needs of victims of violence and surviving family members. It often traps them, as you heard Pat say, the man that she visits has been there 30 some odd years. These are necessarily long legal procedures, and they trap these families in these processes for decades, draining resources that we could be investing in violence prevention, in access to mental health care, in intervention for our children who are living with trauma. We expanded our mission, as Pat mentioned, a few years ago, not just to work on ending the death penalty, but also preventing violence and supporting victims of violent crime. Because the reality is almost every person, if not every person, sitting on Tennessee's death row today was a victim of violence first. Usually horrific violence as a child or a teen, and that violence was never addressed. That trauma was never healed, and often basic needs were not met. That then led to these horrific actions. So we really believe the alternative to the death penalty is rethinking how we're doing this and taking all these resources and investing them in the people who are harmed and in prevention. We are, sadly in Tennessee, resuming executions. We did so last year. We executed 3 individuals through lethal injection with a single drug, a protocol that is wrapped up in secrecy. The state is allowed to keep parts of this protocol secret, which is, again, another serious problem. Those executions did not go as we were told that they would. We are facing 4 more this year. The first in May 21st, a man named Tony Carruthers, who has fairly strong innocence claims and is has very severe mental illness. This is something that is not uncommon with the death penalty, to see very vulnerable people who are the ones who end up at most risk for this sort of penalty. We are having a day on the Hill. If you've never done that before, Pat's done it. I'd love for folks to come. It's a great day to learn about the legislative process. It's going to be March 31st. We'd love for folks to get involved with that. We're going to be talking about transparency around the death penalty and why the more openness, the better, right, around the death penalty if we're going to have it. I would invite all of you to learn more. You can go to our website, TennesseeDeathPenalty.org. Oh, look, there's a QR code for you. You can just snap that and get right to that website. Sign up to get our emails. That's how you're going to know about what's happening in Tennessee, around the country, and how you can get activated to be involved. I'll hang around a little bit after, and if you'd like to talk, I've got some stuff I can give you too. We are just so grateful for the time and for your support. Thank you.
Okay, I want to thank all of our speakers. We have just a few prayers we've got to get through before we conclude. And one of those is a prayer for those people who need it the most, the people who are ill. We are thinking of my father, Tom Rice, who's probably watching us right now, and my son Asher, and his friend Nav, and their family after their loss. I visited with Alan Mandel today at the hospital. We're thinking of him as well. Murray Mazer is getting better. Lieutenant Mike Van Dolen, who helps protect us. Judith Schwartz, Mark Cohen. Michael Hockman, I think, is doing all right. Barbara Holmes, Caroline Rubio, Nancy Holab Nevins, Frank Timon, Adele Stein, Al Kerwin, Margene Cotton, Rick Margotov, Sherry Goldberg, Kim Keller, Eddie Sandberg, John Mitchell, and Olivia Fogel. Those are the names I have just in front of me. If you're thinking of someone, we always invite you to say those names aloud.
Sachs.
We think of all people in need of such a prayer, and we invite you to sing along with us.
Mend our bodies, renew our spirits. We pray for healing for all those in need. Refuah Shlema. For all those in need, Refuah Shlema. May the one who blessed our fathers, may the one who blessed our mothers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer for each other.
And it's always here towards the end of our service that we think about those people who still touch us through memory. We recall on the anniversaries of their deaths Herbert Sidney Bain, Stephen Bender, Joseph W. Blumenthal, Jeanne Casson, T.J. Cohen, Ann Gordon Davidson, Esther Eggle, Greta Glick, Joseph Heller, William Bill Heller, Jody Hockman, Hy Hunter, Ezra Krivcher, Annie Krivcher, Belle Marks Lipsky, Harold Miller, Alex Morgan, Edith Rothmorin, Joseph Mueller, Sarah Rabin, Howard Saxteen, Doris Zimmerman Tannenbaum, Theodore Weiss. We also recall on the the recent passings here of Seidel Goldhammer, Frances Jane Timon, Sally W. Simon, and Rena Shalom, Johanna Sapper, Rhoda Cohen, Dr. Brian Herman, Rabbi Andrea Weiss. We continue mourning this year for Marty Enzer, Victoria Cohen Crumpton, Roberta Spinner Barnett, Alan Robert Weitzman, Ray Badley Watts, Paul Sonkin, Lawrence Fix, Norman Goldberg, Joy Nagel, Stanford Latter, Sally Wolkoff, Tobias Houghton, Brian Hoffman, June Zuckerberg, David Romer, Jean Holland Foxman, Valerie Herson, William Bill Schreibman, Owen Michael Taylor, Linda Holderan, Richard Scher, Levi Weinstein, Roberta Luttrell, Mark Stern, Kevin Paul Duke, Jean Harriet Eisenberg, Annette Schaefer Eskin, Randy Bellows, Joel Berlatsky, Elise May Matlock, Alexander Jacob Gross, Melvin Goldman, Jack Friedman, Lindsay Chappell, David Grodsky, Jeff Margolis, Shirley Fair, Rusty King, Ann Evans, and Don Luis Senzori. Those are the names, again, I have in front of me. If you're thinking of someone and you'd like to say their name aloud. We think of all people who have been a blessing to humanity, and we invite you to please rise one final time for Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Be'almad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayachon uv'yomachon uv'chaye d'kol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'alam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudisha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi Shlomo Rabba bin Shamaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Huya aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. We ask, as always, that their memories live on as a blessing. Okay, Jacob, are you ready for a Kiddush? Come here.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom. I'm going to bring Haley back for one more song. Oseh shalom.
We need a peace song. We started with shalom, we end with it.
Oh, say shalom b'romav. Ooh, I say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom b'romav. Ooh, I say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom b'romav. Ooh, I say shalom aleinu.
Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu.
V'yal kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. V'yal kol Yisrael.
Shalom b'romav, huya aseh shalom aleinu. Shalom b'romav, huya aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'romav, huya aseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Shabbat shalom.